Something big could be brewing in Cleveland. Behind closed doors, decisions are being weighed that could completely reshape the future of this franchise. Whispers around the league point to changes that may already be in motion, sparked by frustration, underperformance, and a sudden jolt of new energy on the field. The tide might be turning faster than anyone expected, and fans are starting to take notice. Let's break down exactly what's going on. But first, if you've been a fan for more than 25 years, click the like button and, if possible, comment below. Go Browns! The Cleveland Browns might be on the verge of a major coaching shakeup, and the writing is all over the wall. Kevin Stefanski's seat isn't just warm, it's sizzling. A new report from Joshua Anderson confirms that 5 more NFL teams are projected to have head coaching vacancies, and based on everything happening in Cleveland, you can bet the Browns are one of them. It's not just speculation anymore. The whispers are growing louder, and the fan frustration is bubbling over. Stefanski's record over the last 2 seasons is an abysmal 6-22. Let that sink in. Despite leading the Browns to 2 playoff appearances earlier in his tenure, he still holds a losing record overall. That's hard to ignore when you're evaluating whether this man should continue leading your franchise. His personality is flatlined. Press conferences are filled with cliches. We need to be better. I need to coach better. And the fan base is exhausted by the lack of energy and answers. What makes matters worse is how painfully bad this offense has been. Dead last in the NFL last season in points per game at 15.2, and only slightly improved this year at 16.9, ranking 29th out of 32 teams. That's unacceptable in today's league. The spark was gone until Shedeur Sanders stepped in. Let's talk about that. Dillon Gabriel was Stefanski's guy. The veteran coach hitched his wagon to him, and it was clear from day one that Gabriel was going to get the nod. But then came a concussion, and with it, an opportunity. Shedeur Sanders took the field and the city by storm. He didn't just manage the game, he elevated it. And while Stefanski eventually named him the starter, let's be clear, that was a move made out of necessity, not vision. Had Gabriel stayed healthy, we might never have seen what Shedeur could do. And that's a massive red flag for a coach whose primary job is to identify and develop talent. Now here's the kicker. Shedeur Sanders isn't Stefanski's guy. Gabriel was. Which means even if Sanders sparks a win streak and injects life back into the offense, that won't be enough to save Stefanski. Ownership and fans alike will see that the young quarterback's success came despite the coach, not because of him. And for a franchise trying to turn the page, that's all they need to know. Let's not forget what the Browns could do with Sanders on a rookie deal for years for $0.6 million. That kind of value gives the front office flexibility to build around him. But they need the right coach to guide that growth, not one who only played him because of an injury. That's why this goes deeper than just wins and losses. It's about trust, vision, and the future. Cleveland has been burned before. Look at Baker Mayfield. The Browns didn't believe in him, and now he's found success elsewhere. Same with Joe Flacco, who's putting up better performances in Cincinnati than he ever did under Stefanski in Cleveland. What does that tell you? It tells you this system isn't working. The offensive scheme is stale, the creativity is gone, and quarterbacks are leaving town only to shine elsewhere. The trend is clear. And while we're at it, this roster needs reinforcements. The offensive line is in rough shape. The wide receiver room is thin. Jerry Jeudy isn't the answer. His high-stepping, fumble-prone performances have been frustrating to watch, and it's clear he can't carry the load as a true WR1. Cleveland needs to add weapons, protect their young quarterback, and build something sustainable. But how can they do that with Stefanski still calling the shots? The question on everyone's mind now is, could a winning streak from Shedeur Sanders change the course of Stefanski's future in Cleveland? Or has the damage already been done? Let's hear it, Browns fans. Do you believe Stefanski deserves another chance if Shedeur leads this team to a few big wins? Or is it time to clean house and bring in a coach who believes in this kid from day one? What's your take? Should Kevin Stefanski be fired? And just when you think this coaching conversation couldn't get any wilder, here comes a name from the past that instantly electrifies the fan base and divides the room: Bill Belichick. Yes, you read that right. According to another bombshell report from Joshua Anderson, multiple teams are reportedly interested in talking to Belichick about head coaching opportunities this coming offseason. She even hinted that a third team, contingent on a potential internal personnel change, could throw their hat in the ring. That third team? It's hard not to think Cleveland could be in play here. Belichick's connection to the Browns is historic, even if his first stint in Cleveland ended under turbulent circumstances. He coached the Browns from 1991 to 1995, compiling a mixed bag of results before the team's relocation fiasco under Art Modell. Still, many old-school Browns fans remember those days and the controversial way things ended. After leaving Cleveland, Belichick built a legacy in New England with 6 Super Bowl titles, 3 Coach of the Year awards, and the most playoff wins of any head coach in NFL history. The idea of bringing that level of experience and championship pedigree to Cleveland is tempting, especially when you consider how long this franchise has been starved for success. There's a generation of Browns fans who've never seen a real contender in orange and brown. Could Belichick finally be the one to end the drought? But not everyone's sold. Belichick is 73. The last few seasons in New England were rocky, with his Patriots struggling to find consistency after Tom Brady's departure. Reports have surfaced about his changing focus, off-field distractions, and a possible lack of adaptability to the modern game. Plus, he's currently involved with the UNC Charlotte football program and hasn't exactly lit the world on fire there either. Even Adam Schefter reported just over a week ago that Belichick had no plans to pursue another NFL head coaching job. But now, with Josina doubling and tripling down on the rumor, something may have shifted behind the scenes. If the Browns make a move on Stefanski, it could open the door for a full-circle moment with Belichick. But would it be the right one? The fan base is split. Some see Belichick as the ultimate fixer, an iconic football mind who could instill discipline, rebuild the defense, and groom Shedeur Sanders the right way. Others worry that this could be another case of the Browns clinging to nostalgia instead of focusing on the future. Hiring a 73-year-old coach might seem like a short-term fix when what this team really needs is long-term stability. And let's not ignore the front office dynamics. If Belichick were to come in, he'd likely want significant control over personnel decisions. That could lead to tension, especially if the organization isn't aligned on how to move forward with the young core, especially Sanders. There's also the risk of resetting progress. Bringing in Belichick could mean a complete overhaul in scheme, staff, and strategy, which might stall the momentum that's just beginning to build with the rookie QB. So here's the crossroads Cleveland faces. On one hand, they can continue rolling with Stefanski, whose track record is trending in the wrong direction, who misread his own quarterback room, and who hasn't shown the ability to adapt or inspire. On the other, they could take a moonshot on Belichick, banking on history, hoping for greatness, but risking it all on a coach nearing the twilight of his career. Or maybe the real answer is somewhere in between. Maybe what the Browns need is fresh leadership, not the old guard, not the current regime, but a new voice entirely. Someone with the vision to develop Shedeur Sanders into a franchise QB, someone who can modernize the offense, energize the locker room, and bring this city the contender it deserves. Because make no mistake, this is a pivotal moment for the Cleveland Browns. The decisions made in the next few months could define the next decade of football in this city. With a promising rookie QB on a team-friendly deal, there's a window here. But windows close fast in the NFL. The front office can't afford to get this wrong. So Browns fans, we've laid it all out. Is it time to finally cut ties with Stefanski and start fresh? Is Bill Belichick the answer, or just a distraction from what the Browns really need? And most importantly, what kind of future do you want to see for this team? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should Cleveland make a bold move for Belichick? Or go all in on Shedeur Sanders with a new, forward-thinking coach? Let's hear from the Dawg Pound. Your voice matters. And if you want to stay ahead of every move, every rumor, every shakeup, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and click the video on the screen right now for even more Browns breakdowns. The biggest updates in Cleveland football, you're only getting them right here. Go Browns!